Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we dive into a powerful story wrapped in the shape of a review, one that blends resilience, redemption, and the quiet strength found in the most unexpected moments. The tale is called She Walked into the Canyon's Darkness, but the sound of hooves meant hope, not death. At first, it sounds like the shadow of despair, but as the story unfolds, it turns into something entirely different, a journey where silence, struggle, and survival collide into one breathtaking narrative. The exterior of this story begins with a landscape that feels endless. A canyon spread wide, with shadows stretching over its jagged walls, and silence so heavy it presses against the heart. The woman at its center steps into this darkness, carrying with her the weight of loss and hopelessness, her body worn from battles unseen and her spirit hanging by a thread. The canyon feels like a final destination, a place where echoes swallow voices, and even the whisper of the wind seems like a farewell. The cold rocks, the dim starlight filtering through the cracks above, and the brittle dust beneath her feet paint a picture of desolation. Yet, it is within this emptiness that something extraordinary waits. From the exterior setting alone, one can sense the depth of emotion wrapped within the story, because every stone and every shadow reflects the life she has endured up to this moment. Inside, the story shifts gently, turning from vastness to intimacy. The interior is less about stone and sky and more about the fragile heart within her chest. The flicker of fear battles with exhaustion, and the loneliness feels unbearable until the faintest sound breaks the silence, hooves echoing through the canyon's walls. For a moment, she cannot tell if it is danger or salvation, and in that suspended breath, the interior world of the tale opens wide. It is not just a canyon anymore but a bridge between despair and a possibility she never imagined. The performance of this narrative lies in the rhythm of tension and release, the pacing that takes us from despair into the sudden pulse of hope. Like a finely tuned machine, each part of the story plays its role in balance. The footsteps faltering in the dust, the looming silence that builds a pressure in the chest, the sudden thunder of hooves like a heartbeat growing stronger, all of it performs together as if designed to capture the very essence of survival. It isn't fast or flashy, rather, it is deliberate and commanding, asking the audience to walk step by step with her, to feel every tremor in her bones and every spark of life that returns with the sound of the approaching horse. This performance is a reminder that even the smallest detail, the simplest sound, can become the turning point of an entire existence. Safety features in this context are woven not from steel and gears, but from faith, instinct, and unexpected guardianship. The canyon, though threatening, provides her with cover, hiding her from the dangers of the outside world. The hooves, though startling at first, become the safety net that catches her fall into despair. It is as though destiny itself stepped in with reins and leather to guide her back from the edge. The horse, a creature both wild and noble, represents a form of protection that is silent but powerful, reminding us that sometimes safety is not about barriers or weapons but about the right companion arriving at the right moment. The story conveys that even in the bleakest corners, life finds a way to provide shelter, sometimes in ways one would never expect. Unique selling points emerge clearly when looking deeper into this narrative. Unlike stories that dwell only in tragedy or only in triumph, this one straddles both. It sells the idea that despair is not the end, that darkness can be walked into without being consumed by it. The unique thread is hope disguised as something terrifying. Hooves in the darkness could mean danger, yet here they mean salvation. This twist in meaning becomes the story's core strength, its unique way of keeping the audience engaged, leaving them breathless at how quickly the meaning of life can change in a heartbeat. Another unique aspect is the way the environment itself is a character. The canyon isn't simply a backdrop, it is alive, it listens, it echoes, and it transforms. This rare blend of landscape and emotion is what makes the tale unforgettable. The price of this journey cannot be measured in coins, but in endurance, in the willingness to step into darkness and keep walking even when every part of the body and soul wants to surrender. The price she pays is heavy, a toll taken from her spirit and her strength. But in return, she is given something priceless, the spark of survival, the proof that hope exists even where none seemed possible. If this story were to be measured as an experience, the value is beyond calculation, because it delivers what few things in life ever do: redemption when all seemed lost. In conclusion, this story is more than a tale, it is a reminder of what it means to be human. It begins in darkness, draped in despair, and yet it transforms into a powerful hymn of hope. The canyon teaches silence, the hooves deliver salvation, and the woman at its heart becomes a symbol of resilience, a living truth that despair is not the final word. What makes this narrative powerful is its refusal to surrender to emptiness. Instead, it proves that even in the deepest shadows, life can send a messenger of hope. Whether it is read as a metaphor or as a lived experience, it inspires the soul to keep walking, to listen for the faintest sound of life echoing through the walls, and to believe that salvation may arrive when least expected. This review reveals the timeless truth that the greatest journeys are not the ones we plan, but the ones that pull us back from the brink, reminding us that the sound of hooves in the darkness does not always mean death. Sometimes, it means life has chosen us for another chance, and that chance is worth everything.